get the whole town together, get all the Jews together,
watch out,
and everybody's like got their guns ready, right, and get ready for the war. Notify the army. Maybe they want to get involved in this. Maybe the army might have a better chance of pulling this down. I just don't think walking into a mosque and wiping out everybody was the best idea in hindsight. I mean, But hey,
who are we to judge?
Who am I to judge? I don't judge people, right? But I don't know. I don't want to get involved. I already in enough trouble. But what are they saying?
Leslie said, "Hey, it's Lakewood Rob." And
What's the Lakewood Rob again?
Please, not so enthusiastic. We need sneers here.
So that's what's going on with that, And the guy who shot Rabin.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get that. First of all, he shot the wrong guy. He should have shot Perez. That was my first reaction.
Not that the rabbi's endorsing that.
No, I wasn't. But when I heard the news that night,
yeah.
Okay, so my first thought was they said, "Oh, Rabin got assassinated," right? So I'm thinking, what Arab is stupid enough to assassinate this guy, right? Because that was my first thought. He was obviously an Arab, but what a dumb Arab, because this guy's going to give a lot of stuff away. And then they said, no, it was a Jew, right? And the Jew is like one of these right-winger guys, and I'm thinking, why would he shoot this guy? Why would he shoot Perez? Perez, the guy that wanted to get everybody to speak Arabic. I mean, it's just I think he shot the wrong guy. What does Torah law say? Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. What is Torah law? Torah law has no heter for this whatsoever. There's no exemption for this, because here's the problem. The guy, I've read the things, and they say, oh, the other guy was a traitor, he was treacherous, so therefore you're allowed to kill. Okay, here's the problem with that, right? This is a really deep thing, because the question is, is the secular state of Israel have a Torah status? And the answer is no. So this is why the whole argument falls apart.
Right.
Halakhically, this guy's a murderer. That's all he is. That's why you asked. That was I gave it like the brush off.
So Mel Gibson got in trouble this past week.
Poor Mel.
He like his private telephone.
He's one of your boys.
Yeah, from Australia.
He's from school, yeah.
His private telephone calls got played on the internet for everyone to hear, and I mean, you got to have some rachmanis. I mean, is there no privacy? I mean, Jewish law doesn't give any sanction to playing someone's private telephone calls to his
Well, that's a Genevas das.
What does that mean?
It's called a Genevas das. Is when I don't know how you say that in English. You steal. It literally means stealing of knowledge, right? Like you're doing something they don't realize you're doing. And you have them thinking one thing, but you're really doing the other. It's a Genevas das.
Because it's really easy to take someone's private phone calls and play them for the world to see and make the first.
Yeah, it's high school.
I mean,
that's high school.
I've said some things in private telephone conversations that I wouldn't want played for the world.
Right.
I assume that
I'm sure you've had plenty of phone sex and stuff.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, and I think the Lakewood Rav in the chat room really makes some astute comments here. He says, I feel for Mel Gibson getting involved with some Russian woman. Hey, have you ever dated a Russian woman?
Me?
The Talmud does not forbid women. Wait, Mel Gibson was born in the U.S., which is more than our president can say.
That's a good one.
But yeah, poor Mel. He's like got dumped by his talent agency. I don't know if this is good for the Jews, because who knows what he could do.
I don't think it has anything to do with the Jews. I think it's a red. I see.
It's a red heifer.
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's like it gives like liberal Jews, liberal secular Jews, something to get excited about and makes them feel a connection to being Jewish. Because
look at that horrible man.
Oh, he's a Christian, and
he said she should go get raped by a bunch
of and he hates the Jews. Oh, suddenly this week I'm Jewish. I feel Jewish. Right, so and he hates black people. That's even better than hating Jews, because we love black people, and so this guy hates black people, and this is a time to get excited about being Jewish again. So maybe they'll all tune in because it's like Jew Week. Thanks to Mel. Thank you, Mel. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Mel. Did you see the Passion?
Huh?
Did you see the Passion? Passion of the Christ.
The Passion?
The Passion.
The Passion?
by mouth.
You know, I gotta tell you something.
Yeah.
I love that Australian accent. I gotta tell you something. One time on Frumster, right? Can I digress for a second?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I was on. No, you know what? I don't want to tell this story. It's horrible.
No,
I can't tell you this.
Please.
No, I can't tell you this. Well, there was an Australian woman that liked me.
Yeah.
And you know, she wanted to talk to me on the phone, right?
Yeah.
So she called me on the phone, and I got a little accustomed to the Australian accent, right?
Yeah.
So I'm on the phone with her. I'll never forget what she said.
What'd she say?
She said, "I want to suck on your penis." Just like that.
That's very common among Australian women.
And I confronted her on that, like, why would you say that? She goes, "Because I'm horny in the bath." Let's tune in on this guy.
Well, that's a very traditional Australian custom when you greet a rabbi.
Yeah.
That you met online.
So there was that.
Was she prude? Did you ever get to meet her in person?
No. No.
You never got to meet her in person?
No,
You didn't think she'd make a good Eshet Chayil?
Well, she might be fun to take a bath together with. I don't know.
Was she in Los Angeles?
No, she was in Australia.
Oh, she was all the way in Australia.
Yeah, we talked over there.
But you met her on Frumster. She must have been Orthodox.
Yeah, but we don't use the word Orthodox.
No, I mean
we don't use the word Orthodox. I want to purge that. That was the other thing I want to. I want to purge certain words out. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I don't like these words. I don't use these words, and they're wrong. And I don't think we should perpetuate these words. Mm-hmm. One of those words is Orthodox. Do you know do you know the origin of the word Orthodox?
Yeah, the Reform used it.
The Reform. Why are we? Why
but
are
the Orthodox
we?
came to embrace it. Not all the Orthodox, but many.
Why are we? That's the word. Why are we embracing, enhancing, and perpetuating a negative connotation, a derogatory term to use against those weird, right-wing kind of religious fanatics? Let's call them Orthodox. Why are we perpetuating that?
What would you like to call them?
We're from
Frumies.
And there's no such thing. That's another thing too. This is a misconception. There's no such thing as Reform Jews. There's no such thing as conservative Jews. There's a conservative movement. Mm-hmm. There's a Reform movement, right? Mm-hmm. And there are Jews who, go and have something to do with it, but they don't become Reform Jews. There's nowhere in the Torah that talks about Reform Jews. Right. Okay? There's only two types of Jews. There's Torah observant Jews, which are from Jews, and there's secular Jews, right? Now they may go to Reform. They may go to conservative. There may be conservative leaders, right? But there's no conservative Jew.
Right.
I just want to get that out.
Right.
It's the semantics. It's driving me nuts here.
Now, a friend of mine used to observe Tisha B'Av and would abstain from drinking and eating. But what he would do with his friends is they'd all get high, and then they'd walk around Yerushalayim, because the Mashiach is supposed to be born on Tisha B'Av, according to one thought.
That's right.
It totally transformed their experience of Tisha B'Av. I was wondering if
they thought that if you smoke enough bowls, you become the Mashiach.
Well, it just transformed the whole experience for them. Just imagine walking around Yerushalayim high. Have you walked around Yerushalayim high?
No.
Not on Tisha B'Av?
No, I've been to Tisha B'Av, and the only thing I remember, the only scent I took in was the smell of 50,000 Jews who hadn't showered in 9 days were crowded into the Kosel.
Was that intoxicating for you?
It was really gross.
Yeah.
None of them had been in the bath for 9 days. No, but that's true. Here in America, you'll see that there's a thing about you shouldn't take pleasure baths.
Right.
You shouldn't take pleasure baths in America. In America, you shouldn't go in a hot tub during the 9 days. So, but Jews in America basically shower every day, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In the state of Israel, I'm going to say that there's a good chunk of people who normally don't shower more than once a week.
Yeah.
And they stink. I mean, the place.
And they're Orthodox.
And
they are Torah observant.
They're Torah observant, but they're not too,
What does the Torah have against taking, clean baths?
I don't think it has anything to do with Torah observancy. I think it has to do with something that was picked up in Europe or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because they didn't bathe as much in Europe.
Yeah, and they brought that down. That's there's sometimes Americans who never